Hello, and welcome to my book review of Never Finished, as you can tell behind me, by David Goggins. And this is the second book that he's released. The first one, Can't Hurt Me. So I was super excited to hear this book, to read this book. Most of everything I do is on Audible. And with that, I will say that initially I was disappointed because he had somebody else read it. And I love the dynamic that you get when you have a author that reads their own stuff. Um, However, as I continued through the book, because I was going to listen to it regardless of who did the actual narrating, uh, for one, when you do the Audible, there's podcasts at the end. So David jumps in then and gives some context to the chapters, which I thought was really cool. In addition, as I listened more and more to the content of the book, I started to think to myself, well, if the guy that was reading the book was the person who went through all this, the content's the same. And I really started to dig into it. So I highly recommend this book. I'm going to give you a couple excerpts of the book that really spoke to me and give you some context to why I liked it. So in chapter, I don't know which chapter it was, but the mental lab was the title of the chapter. If you don't feel like you're good enough, if your life lacks meaning and it's time and it feels, or excuse me, and time feels like it's slipping through your fingers, there is only one option. Recreate yourself in your own mental lab, somewhere you can be alone with your thoughts and wrestle with the substance of what and who you want to be in your short life on this earth. If it feels right, create an alter ego to access some of that dark matter in your own mind. That's what I did. In my mind, David Goggins wasn't the savage motherfucker who accomplished all the hard shit. It was Goggins who did that. Guys like Kobe had the Black Mamba. Goggins has his. I've listened to other books. One entitled actually "The Alter Ego." Clark Kent had his, right, and Superman. And so there's a lot to that. And if you know me really well, you probably know the nickname that I prefer. Not anything to do with my actual name. Oh yeah, I guess it kind of does. But if you know it, drop it below. I'm curious to know because for me, when I get into that mode, uh, it does feel a little bit different. So when I do write my book, I'll share that. Or if you know what it is, drop it. And the second passage, if you will, that's what people miss, and this is from evolution number 3, as he calls it. That's what people miss. Our lives aren't built on hours, days, weeks, months, or years. Hell Week, he was a Navy SEAL, is 130 hours. But it's not the hours that kill you, and it's not the pain, the exhaustion, or the cold. It's the 468,000 seconds that you must win. It only takes one of those motherfuckers when it all becomes too much and you just can't take it anymore to bring you down. It's a matter of seconds, and it's not about managing the minutes or the hours, it's the seconds. And that really jumped out to me because there's so much that can get away from us, and there's so much that creates an ineffective habits, and it's because we don't pay attention to those seconds. There's 86,400 seconds in a day. Losing just one of those seconds can change the outcome of your day and potentially your life. So that's kind of a big deal. And then lastly here, discipline does not have a belief system. It transcends class, color, and gender. It cuts through all the noise and strife. If you think that you are behind the 8 ball for whatever reason, discipline is the great equalizer. It erases all disadvantages. Nowadays, it doesn't matter where you are from or who you are. If you are disciplined, there will be no stopping you. A friend of mine, Ryan Bobby, talks about the physique. It's when somebody's shredded, it's not as much about the aesthetics of it. It shows that they are disciplined. And I just read another book by Ryan Holiday about discipline. There's so much to it, and we can create so much more when we focus on being more disciplined in our work life, our fitness life, our mental health, all spirituality, relationships, all of those things begin to flourish as we become more disciplined. So that is that. Highly recommend you get out there and go grab this in both hard copies so you can go through, highlight it. There's pictures that are in the book that aren't in the Audible, and in the Audible, obviously, you get the podcast. So I suggest you go get it. And if there's anything else I can do for you, let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.